We are live.
What's up?
What is going on? So, week 4 is upon us. Hail married. It was a hell of a football week, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely was. It was a crazy week.
Crazy week. Hell yeah. What's up, Shy?
Hey, Shy.
Um, lots of just all around craziness. I don't know how else to say it. Lots of headlines. Lots and lots of headlines. But yeah, so the title's fun. 3-1 is the new 4-0. Eagles are the only 4-0 team right now, right?
Yeah. Oh God.
Isn't that
Yeah,
wild?
they are. That's wild. Yeah, as living, so we, as everyone knows, we live close to that area, so it's definitely wild seeing that.
Fuck
I'm
Philly.
kind of secretly hoping that they go to the Super Bowl, and they go against the Bills, and the Bills just destroy them.
I'd be fine rooting for the Bills at that time. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Eagles are 4-0, but they're 3-1. Your Bills are 3-1.
They are. They
Here's what's
are.
crazy. Here's something we didn't even talk about yet. Me and you haven't even talked about this yet at all. But think about how horrible the NFC East was last year. The Eagles, the Giants, the Cowboys, and Washington. Now, I mean, 3 of those teams are pretty good. 4-0, 3-1, real numbers, real talk. Hell yeah. What's up, Madhouse?
At Madhouse,
Hooch.
Hooch is crazy.
Hooch is crazy. So yeah, all kind of craziness. Hooch. What do we want to talk about here? We had some interesting brutal hits later on today. One of which is not going to be part of my segment, but was a real brutal hit, and I'd like to touch on a very little bit, but not a whole lot because it's kind of a downer, and I don't want to do that. And that's the Dolphins game.
Yeah.
Another one wasn't even a football player, but I don't even know if you know that one yet or not. We have an amazing Afton's Out Cheer of the Week selection. I think it's amazing, at least.
You guys will all see why when we talk about it.
We're covering about 7 or so games, and just gonna have some clips from all of them. So let's get right into it and check out some of the clips. What do you think?
Yeah. A
All
lot of
right.
people, a lot of injuries too. It's been a lot of injuries this year in football, more so than I've ever seen.
First couple weeks are always just crazy injuries. But first game up is your game, Buffalo at Baltimore.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought for a second we were gonna lose this game, and I thought I jinxed myself by having Lamar Jackson as the out cheer player of the week
Last week.
last
Last
week.
week.
Let me tell you can ask Carn. Both of us were on the edges of our seat with both of our games.
Yeah, so at the same time, the Giants game and the Bills game were on. So at the same time, she's watching the Bills and Ravens game, just like, holy fuck, this is not happening. Like, because the Bills were getting their asses spanked until the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, I'm watching the Giants game. There's a lot to unpack there, but man, what both of them just emotional roller coasters. What's this?
Like that. I don't know if I could handle that the rest of the season.
First game of the season, I fucked my back. The Bills are fucked this year without me, says Hooch.
And I was so okay, so mind you, my Bills are losing, right? They're doing terrible. And then on top of that, the person that is on my bench in fantasy for the Ravens, J.K.
J.K.
Dobbins, is getting
Dobbins.
all the touchdowns. He scored the highest fantasy points. So I was even pissed off about that, even though I won in fantasy because I'm the best. But
There. Okay, so if we can take this away from Afton for a second, the interesting thing about this game is, like, number one, the Ravens look good. The Ravens look real good. I mean, it's not really that much of a surprise. You said it last week. Lamar looks good as fuck. But the Ravens just all together as a team looked good. They were able to stop
J.K.
this.
Dobbins back.
They were able to stop this Buffalo team for a real long time, but unfortunately, Buffalo is the way that they are for a reason. There's a reason everyone's just like, yo, this team is serious. Because Buffalo's fucking good. Hey, what up, Nutsack? And like,
Nutsack.
if it wasn't for the fourth quarter comeback, which, man, what a roller coaster. You know, the Buffalo, well, I couldn't use this title because it would have been all Giants talking. I don't want to do that to you, you know.
Can I just say that J.K. Dobbins will be coming off the bench for this week, especially because I go against Silent Mace.
I'm pretty sure I played Nutsack this week in fantasy, and he beat me.
You beat him. I beat him already.
Yeah, well, I can't beat anyone. I'm 0-4, so.
He's Nutsack in our league, just so you know.
Good for you.
And I'm in second place in the other league, so.
All right, let's get into the Miami talk. So we got the Bengals and the Dolphins, which was a pretty fucking great game to watch. Tua was in there doing his thing. Joe Burrow was in there doing his thing. It was just a fun battle to watch back and forth. Tempers were flaring. There was a lot of aggression on both sides of the ball, a lot of passion on both sides of the ball. Clearly, both teams really wanted to win this game. And that's good. The unfortunate thing is this all came to a screeching halt during the game when, and it wasn't a cheap hit or anything like that, but quarterback Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins kind of went down, took like a really brutal hit, and had to be carted away on a stretcher. It was definitely a scary moment. A lot of people held their breaths at that moment because, I mean, he looked bad. But the real talk about that is not so much the hit that he took or the concussion that he had or anything like that, but more so just the fact that he was back so quickly. The week prior, he suffered an injury where he got hit against the Bills. He got hit pretty hard, and then he went to go stand up and like get back to the play, the huddle, and he just kind of wobbled a little bit and like kind of went down to his knees and got right back up and started walking. But his teammates or whatever was like, "No, dude, go to the sideline. That ain't good." And they brought him to the sideline. He went into the locker room until the second half. Second half, he comes out. He finishes the game. So it's like, all right, maybe he was all right. They go through concussion protocol with him, and he clears. The problem is, this was Sunday. The next game was Thursday. That's only 4 days of recovery time. So, like, that's a bad look on the organization and just, the NFL as a whole, if I'm honest, because, like, fuck, man, you guys got to, this is bad. That's not good. So now for him to have the same issue and, like, man, if his career's over, that's not going to be a good look.
Well, did you hear that now they made a statement yesterday that that the concussion protocol is going to change.
Well, it should. It should. It needs to be reevaluated, obviously.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go. So if you get hit, immediately you can't. You're out for the rest of the game. No more going in the back and checked out by a doctor. You're out. You're out and you're in protocol.
Mm-hmm. It sucks, especially when like there's gonna be scenarios where people are probably gonna be like, "Come on, he's fine. What are you doing?" But I mean, it's needed, it's getting to a point where these athletes are just not going to be like, no, I should stay back. I should just not worry about hurting myself. I should worry about hurting myself. They won't, man. They're just going to always be like, put me back in. I'm ready to win the game now. You know what I mean? A lot of egos flying around. So it sucks. It sucks to see and sucks that these protocols have to be into play, but it is what it is, I guess, right?
Can we just say how nasty Miami looks with Tua?
Yeah, I was going to say.
If he comes back and he's healthy, I'm scared. As they're in my division, I'm scared. Like I'm not. We got our first loss, our only loss to them, and they earned it. They deserve it. But I'm scared. I'm scared for the division. I'm scared for that when we have to play them, and because he'll be back for that game.
Did you see what Madhouse said? The need to be the best, aka Carnage Razor mode. Even though he spelled my name wrong. Shout out to Madhouse.
From him,
You learned what?
To be the best.
From me? Shut the fuck up.
That ego. And the chat knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, whatever.
That gaming ego.
So yeah, I mean, Tua came out and he clearly was a deciding factor in how good this Miami offense was. If it wasn't evident without him, it's definitely, or if it isn't evident with him, it's definitely evident without him. Here's the hit here, actually. Brutal hit. They obviously move right on to the next play because you don't want to see the ramifications of it. Feel free to look it up if you want. I don't really like advertising that kind of stuff on the show, so I'm going to just move on without showing the injury. But if you guys want to see it, YouTube is the thing. But anyway, let's move on to the next game. Sorry about that. So Bengals ended up winning, obviously, Tua out. Teddy Bridgewater really couldn't close it out for the Dolphins. He looked all right, but he wasn't good enough. So unfortunate. Dolphins lose, Bengals win it, and that's that. On to Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, some of you may be thinking, Sweet Aries included, why in the world is he covering this game? Because, like...
Can we talk about their uniforms?
Oh, yeah. We're going to. But, like, you know, it's not easy for me to talk good about another team in this division. You know that.
Yeah.
But it is easy for me to talk bad about another team in this division. And let me just tell you right now, Washington looks fucking terrible.
Carson Wentz, this might be his last year.
Shit. Oh my God. So, like, considering the fact that this is their first season as the Washington Commanders, like, holy shit, what a fucking way to just go into it. They're just 1-3. They look horrible. This team is just not together. They don't look like they know what they're doing. They look like the Giants last year. That's what they look like. Let's call it what it is. They look like the fucking Giants last year. The same Giants who, might I add, were in last place of the NFC East last year. They went like, the Giants, what did we go? 4-13, I think? It was horrible. Yeah, 13 fucking losses. But I mean, this is the same coaching staff that thought it was okay to just 3rd and 10, let's do a QB draw play. Just, we can't do anything with an offensive line, so maybe the quarterback can run it instead. Yeah, that's a great idea. Fucking, the team was just, it didn't look like a professional football team last year. This year, it actually looks like an NFL caliber team. Washington, however, is taking the new reign of worst of the NFC least, although this time, it's the only one that haven't got onto the board of NFC beast.
So we talk about how Cooper Rush for Dallas Cowboys is undefeated this season so far.
I mean, he don't look bad.
Dak Prescott's supposed to come back. Like, please come back, Dak. Please come back. I know that's
oh my God, more than ever.
Fox Sports Radio this morning about how the guy on the radio is a Giants fan because they're in. He's like, I'm so ready for Dak Prescott to come back.
And I mean, not for nothing, it's a backup quarterback. It's you know, a team that didn't look that good to begin with, even with the starting quarterback, right? So, like, at that end, when you go into a game like this, sure, you won it, but why is there only 6 points on the board with your first 2 scores? Why come they're not both touchdowns? This Washington team, I don't know. I guess it's because you have a backup quarterback, but Cooper Rush don't look bad. I don't know. I mean, imagine just, you know, barely being able to score on the worst team in your division. I don't know. It's kind of mind-boggling to me to put so much faith into the Cowboys with a backup quarterback who is playing well, but I don't know. They don't feel like a top 10. They don't feel like a playoff contending team to me just yet. Their defense is there for sure, but the offense needs work. The offensive line needs work for sure. And they really need to figure out more of an identity because right now, you know, who are they going to go with? They're going to go with Cooper Rush. They're going to go with Dak Prescott. Who do these receivers need to worry about connecting with in the long run? Because, you know, that's a thing.
I don't think that they'll get first place. I think the Eagles are going to keep the first place in your division.
So with all that being said, can I also just say these Washington Commander uniforms are fucking amazing. I love the way these things look.
Yeah, they're sharp. Yeah. They are sharp.
I don't know who in their marketing or whatever came up with this look because I've never seen Washington, any football team, whether if it was the old one, the new one, or the one in between, they never looked that good. They always look dumb as fuck. So that was a good decision there. That actually looks good. I like those uniforms. I guess there's something to like about Washington, right? Oh, then the block kick here. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the first, I don't know. This is the team that everyone says is great. I don't see it. That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to point out how bad Washington was. On to Tennessee. Speaking of teams that we are not sure of yet, 1-2 Tennessee Titans, the 1-1 Indianapolis Colts. I hate to do this to you, Eric, but I had to show this game off because, like, these Colts look bad, right? The Colts don't look good. Matt Ryan looks like he has no idea what he's doing anymore. Like,
Taylor's not having, so far, his start. He was number 1 to be drafted in fantasy, and he hasn't done shit. And going on week 4. We're going on week 4.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor hasn't really gotten going. Matt Ryan looks lost. confused in this offense. It's not a good look for the Colts right now. But what's even weirder is the 1-2 Titans go into this game. And I mean, it's division game, right? It's an away game. There's a lot of things that are kind of stacked against them. But again, granted, this is the same team that just beat the Chiefs last week. So I'm not going to talk too much shit because, what does that mean? Did the Chiefs play bad? Do the Colts have flashes of greatness? I mean, it wasn't exactly the most clean game in the world, but still, I don't know. It's hard to say sometimes, but I'll say this much. Henry looked good.
Yeah, Henry did look good.
Henry always looks good, though. I don't know. He's always able to, I guess it's more of the play calling, the coaching, a shell of their team last year, which hurts to say, man, because I like Tennessee. Their team was starting to look solid. And then
didn't Tennessee lose the guy who plays in
AJ
Brown?
Yeah, AJ Brown.
He plays for the Eagles, right?
Yep.
Oh, I bet they're regretting that, boy. He's been nasty with the Eagles.
I mean, here's the thing. So, you take players like oh god, now I'm blanking. Devontae Adams, Christian Kirk, even, which is kind of absurd, but Devontae Adams is more the big name here. You see the contracts that these receivers are getting. I think DeAndre Hopkins has a nice contract too. So these big time, big name receivers, like your AJ Brown level receivers, are getting these huge, big ass contracts. And all of a sudden, the Titans are going to look at that and go, well, we're not going to pay him that fucking much. Are you out of your mind? Especially we have this pick in the draft, and the guy that they drafted this year is supposed to be reminiscent of an AJ Brown. He's supposed to play just like him. And that was going to be the replacement. But I mean, I haven't really seen much of him. Maybe Eric can speak on it when he hears me talking about this on the VOD, because I know he's going to be watching. So maybe he can tell us no, this guy's actually good. It just hasn't had a lot of highlights yet, because I hope so. I don't know. It was definitely a rough thing to watch with AJ Brown especially of him going to the Eagles of all places.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then for it to be the missing link that apparently the Eagles needed, evidently, because he goes there and the Eagles are balling out of their mind, which I fucking hate.
Let me just say how bad Matt Ryan looks.
Right?
I think this might be his last year. I think he might retire.
He might run around as a backup for a little bit. I could see him being a backup for a little while. But anyway, let's go ahead and, speaking of those Eagles, let's go ahead and talk about them for a little bit. So this actually was kind of a wild game to watch. The rain was coming down here. You don't really quite see it yet in this first couple of clips, but you'll start seeing more and more how just wet everything looks. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing, how wild it was? So you have the Jaguars coming in, who people might not know this. Their coach of the Jaguars, his name is Doug Peterson. And Doug Peterson used to coach the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. So you go to Philly, there's a friggin' statue of him at Lincoln Financial Field. It's just wild. It's just wild to me, along with him and Nick Foles, if you guys know who Nick Foles is.
The statue is of the two of them in the Super Bowl, getting ready to call the infamous Philly play, or Philly special play, however you want to call it. Dumbass fucking play they stole from the Patriots. Anyway, so it's literally the quarterback running up to the coach being like, hey, let's do this play. And it's just that moment immortalized in whatever kind of material they use to make statues these days. But yeah, it's something funny. Their old coach coming back gets to see the very statue that they made of him going against the team that he once coached.
Can I just say, I know you won't like to hear this, but I have to say, just as watching football and a fan of football and stuff, I could if Jalen Hurts continues to play like this, he could also be in running for MVP. Talked about Lamar Jackson, but he's having one hell of a season, and don't even lie, he looks pretty damn good.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts, but I'm also not going to say that I'm sold on him, because I'm just not going to make any takes on him anymore, because that's the only safe route possible. In other words, what I'm saying here is there's no fucking way I'm going to tell you that the division rival known as the Philadelphia Eagles has a good quarterback, but I will say they don't have a bad one. And
yeah, you said he looked pretty good the night when we were watching football, or when we were talking football. Those words did come out of your mouth.
It pains me to see But yeah, he does right now look good. That doesn't necessarily mean he's great. Let me see the consistency before I make those claims. 3-4 weeks in, I mean, and this week, I don't know. Like, I think he's going to get hurt. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's one of those things. Wow, what did you see that block? Hold on. This is not a hit on the but good lord. Look at big man number 74 right here. All right, right here. This is left tackle here.
He just pushed
He comes
him down.
Get the fuck out of here, little man. That was funny. Anyway.
Oh no, they have the ball.
No. That was the Jacksonville running back.
So anyway, Sanders too. They all look good. Like it, I feel like they are off to a better start than they were when they won the Super Bowl. Like what, 5-6 years ago?
So Miles Sanders, I think, is third most rushing yards of the season so far.
He's given me a lot of fantasy points.
Second most, I'm pretty sure might be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Do you know who first is by chance?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh, you fucking know it's Saquon Barkley.
You know I know it because I have.
You know it's Saquon. Yeah. Let's not spoil too much. Anyway, speaking of look at that rain. There's the rain. You could really see a good shot of it there. Just coming the fuck down.
Yeah, it was boring. It was because we live close to Philly, so I mean it was nasty. It was cold. It was so windy. It was like 30-40 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, it was wild.
I know somebody that went to this game and they said it was like they had to leave because it was just the weather conditions were just so bad. You like it was like they were like it was like pellets were hitting your face because of how hard it was raining along with the wind. It was crazy. She said it was crazy.
Speaking of crazy games. Man, what a roller coaster. What a roller coaster. So Giants in Chicago, right? They battled. No game the Giants played this year have not been a battle. Every fucking one, win or lose, they are battling. And I love to see that.
All of them.
Yep, usually we're on the losing side of those. So it's nice to see that.
They find ways to win, so that's important.
Oh, nothing better could be said for this game.
This game was insane.
There's not a lot to talk about here. Saquon had a fucking amazing game. The PFF rating for him might not tell you so, but he ended up taking a lot of negative yards towards the end of the game. The reason why, third quarter comes around. Daniel Jones gets a bit of a weird foot injury. Speaking of Barkley, there he goes, breaking off a little run there. Daniel Jones goes down. He has some sort of foot injury, and he's like kind of limping around. He's good. Like you could see him walking around. It looked kind of fine, but he's even starting to sprint on the side. Daniel Jones, Giants quarterback, for those who don't know, he's even starting to sprint on the sidelines, showing the coaches like, I'm good. The coaches still keep him out. In comes Tyrod Taylor to back up. First play of the game, he throws an interception. We get the ball back. We get the ball back. He fucking throws, I think, another incomplete pass and then goes to run the ball and then gets the first down. Not going to lie, he showed a lot of heart there, but then gets concussed on that very play. We now have 0 quarterbacks. Both of them are injured. What do? We fucking take the only goddamn player that needs to fucking be named on this goddamn Giants team right now, because Saquon Barkley took this whole goddamn team, said, hop on, get on my fucking back, I got y'all, and led us to the fucking victory. That shit was insane. After the game, Saquon was asked, like, what happened when you found out you were going to be the quarterback? Walk us through that. And he's just like, well, I know Daniel Jones just went down, and then I see Tyrod go down, and it hit me like suddenly, like I'm the quarterback. And all I can think about is that fucking Tom Hanks movie where the dude takes over the ship. Look at me. I'm the quarterback now. Because this dude just came out and he just did his thing. You know, they lined up some real unique play styles there with the Wildcat offense. They were kind of just doing that to get a couple of first downs, and it was good coaching. Good coaching. Lots of runs. Obviously, that's all they can do. Run the ball. So immediately, we need to run the ball to drain this clock. However, there's still a lot of fucking time left. We're going to need some first downs. Go right to the Wildcat. Have Saquon line up as quarterback. maybe direct snap it to another running back, Matt Breida, maybe give it right to Saquon. Who knows what we're going to do? End arounds, jet sweeps. It was all kind of mix-ups and everything. It was really nice. We ended up getting another field goal out of it. Able to drain enough of the clock to let our defense just kind of close out the game and win it for us. And then, yeah, it was a fucking roller coaster. It was a nice win. It was awesome to see how much heart this team has. There was sayings that, like, as soon as the offense found out that Saquon was going to lead them by way of quarterback, they were incredibly fired up. Just immediately, like, fuck yes, let's go do this. We know what we got to do. Like, this is our chance. Like, an offense that gets excited by that shit, that's heart, man. That's passion. That's doing what you need to do as a coach and building a culture. So that was cool to see.
Wild to see.
Yeah, it was. It was wild to see. I mean, that's the kind of coaching staff you want, though. When your team has a struggle like this that happens like this, that's exactly the kind of shit you want to see. So, you know, that's just it. It's been a long time since we had a coaching staff like this. Even with Coughlin. Oh, this is a crazy play. Hold on. So I'm going to break this down a little bit here. All right. So Jones takes a snap in a shotgun. He dumps it off real quick to Barkley. Barkley has nothing. Almost immediately gets tackled. Breaks it. Comes around. Gets a fucking... Hold on. Look at this man. Daniel Jones, the quarterback, number 8, right here, off in this corner, y'all. He comes up and just... Get off my running back, future quarterback. Made a massive block. Quarterbacks don't normally block. So to see Jones just get out there and take one for his teammate, that's awesome. That's a good fucking play. So he just makes highlight reel out of nowhere. Saquon just looks insane all over again. This here, the jet fucker, or not the jet sweep, the bootleg. The bootleg was insane. For some reason, Chicago Bears could not stop the bootleg. Fake it to Saquon, just loop it around the other way with Daniel Jones, and he's just gone 10, 15 yards. Every fucking play. It was wild. The defense looked good. Here we are almost breaking Homeboy's leg.
You got a lot of people get hurt, though, on your defense on this game because it was raining and stuff.
I didn't see a lot of that. I mean, oh, that was a bad one. Fumble there.
Or was it maybe? I'm thinking maybe offensive line or...
No, the main injuries. Yeah, we got 2 quarterbacks injured. That's a huge deal.
I remember it was the guy who you guys got the rookie. He hurt his knee.
Oh, Evan Neal, he hurt his neck. He's actually fine. He's going to be playing next game, so that's fine.
Okay. There was a couple people that came out.
Oh, Kenny Golladay got hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He got hurt last week.
$72 million. No, that was Sterling Shepard. $72 million to have one catch a season. Kenny Golladay did get hurt. It's not looking good. Darn, what are we going to do? The homie's looking good too. Thanks, B-Dubs. What's up, homie? Hey, sexy, and the other one too. Who do you think he's talking to there? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's both of us, right?
What up, Jug?
So anyway, that was the Giants game. What a fucking roller coaster that was. On to the next game. That was a Sunday night game. Kansas City Chiefs versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Or in more layman's terms, old school hero, the Tom Brady, the legend, versus the up and coming Patrick Mahomes. Always fun to compare these two. Yeah, I don't know. This was an interesting game. There was more one-sided than I'd like to have seen with 2 legends going after each other like that. What's that, Av?
I said the first play, the video that you just showed, the first play of the game, the Bucks get the ball and they fumbled it.
Yeah, the kickoff was a fumble.
On the kickoff, yeah.
Right from the start, the Chiefs were just kind of dominating. By the way, now that I know Jugs is in the chat, why don't you show off the shirt a little bit? I think Jugs will appreciate the shirt a little bit.
My shirt?
Yeah, the Reptar shirt.
Oh, so if anyone knows me, I'm like stuck in the 90s.
Just kind of like, yeah, there you go. Oh, that'll work. Made in the 90s, and it's got all the fucking Nicktoons.
Hey Arnold, Reptar, Our Real Monsters, The Wild Thornberries, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy.
Hell yeah.
Angry Beavers, Rocko's Modern Life. Our Real Monsters is my favorite, though.
Jug says he still wants a bowl of Reptar cereal.
You never have that? They sell it at FYE around here.
Yeah, I hear it turns to milk green. Similar to the Reptar bars that turn your tongue green, right?
Yeah, I like Reptar bars.
Had some shit go down, but we hear, says Blaze. Blaze and Cassie are here.
Hey, what up? Couple more days.
Need me a made in the 80s shirt for real. For real. You can tell Brady's head isn't there right now. Yeah, so,
Nice.
okay, real quick, back to football, y'all. Tom Brady is actually dealing with a possible divorce right now. There's a lot of drama going on with Tom Brady. Yo, we're getting raided. We don't have any. I never realized we have no alert set up for this show. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have no alert set up. That's probably on me. That's definitely on me. Ain't no probably
Slacker.
about it. I don't realize. I didn't realize I didn't have them. That's on me. But LH with the raid, I appreciate you,
Thanks
dog.
for the raid.
Hell yeah. My bad. Woo, woo, woo. Incoming raid. There you go. There's your fucking alert, right? Oh, and then a shout out. Shout out?
Shout out. Now he has his own language.
Stupid ass backwards hat. Yeah, stupid backwards red hat. There you go. There's your Lulu clip of the day because that's probably what it is. Just talking shit about me. Hey, there's no need. Oh shit, a working shout out command. Yeah, I'm not used to that. So let me just show y'all what Patrick Mahomes can do. The quarterback right here, the Kansas City Chiefs. He's getting under pressure and he's like, oh shit, I got no one open. Oh, you look open. Just sidearms it. No big deal. Fucking wild. Anyway, I am sated and all is good. Word. Thanks for the raid, homie. Clearly not Carnage's channel. No, it's not. I have shout outs. You need a ref to pop on screen and say flag on the play. We got an incoming raid. That's a good idea.
Good idea, B-dubs.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea. I like that. I have to steal that from you.
You know, another idea I had once, if we ever wanted to incorporate challenges, you can have a red flag come out and there's a coach's challenge. Oh yeah, well, I'm just saying. The idea is funny still. Actually, one other thing while these highlights are playing, while I have you guys and we're talking about upcoming stuff on the show, I want to introduce an idea to you guys, and if you're up for it, then we'll see moving forward. But if you guys are watching the games at all, football at all, maybe you see a highlight on Facebook, social media of some sort, whatever. If you see a play happen,
you're the best. Sorry, babe.
If you see if you see a play happen that you're just like, man, I wish they would talk about this on Hail Mary. Save it. Fucking send me a YouTube link, send me a clip of it, whatever it is, however you can get it to me. Send me the play. Don't be like, hey, check out this play on in the third quarter of the Chiefs and Tampa Bay game. I'm not going to be able to find it. That's a 15-minute fucking interval there. That's a lot of time to go through. So yeah, if you could just send me the play, that'd be awesome. I would be more than happy to break it down, show you what I think of the play completely, like to the best of my ability, kind of break down each position, all that kind of stuff. It might be a good time. I could even use my mouse and draw and shit. That could be fun.
Sorry.
This is another play I wanted to point out, actually, speaking of cool plays. So this is another Chiefs play. I'm sorry, they kind of dominated, though. Again, Patrick Mahomes, this isn't even fair anymore. He just breaks out of this tackle. Look here, this guy's got him dead to rights. Nope, no, you don't. And then we're just going to toss that up, and it's no big deal. Touchdown. Just Patrick Mahomes doing what he does. That is insane. That is fucking insane. Not even playing on the same level as anyone else right now. When you're doing shit like that, like... I'm still waiting for Carnage's concussion count on them hits. Ooh, B-dubs. So, okay. Here at Hail Married, we do not condone the aggressiveness that comes with the concussion that happened. Like, when I have my brutal hits plays and all of that, those plays are always clean. They're never with penalties, and they're never with injuries, because I don't want to kind of like bring to lights that stuff. But are the Chiefs 4-0? The Chiefs are not 4-0, Blaze. We already talked about the 4-0 team. Sorry you missed. Do you realize the Eagles are Blaze's team? I'm pretty sure the Eagles are Blaze's team just because he knows how much I hate the Eagles. I think it's only because he knows how much I don't like it.
Do you like the Eagles, Blaze?
He doesn't condone content. I'm sorry, Blaze. I kind of have to step in and just put, my own morals into play here. Like, content or not, I'm not going to just be like, yeah, let's injure players. I'm not about that, dude. Like, I don't want to see injuries in this game anymore. Maybe once upon a time, I wanted to see big hits. And, like, if somebody got knocked the fuck out, then you run up on them and hit them with the smoke. You just got knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. When you start relating to back pain and shit like that and neck pain and shit like that, you're just like, man, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to see homies get hurt. And they're not even homies, they're just players, right? But I don't want to see anyone get hurt, man. That shit sucks. Like, look here. I didn't even see this. Did you see this? Was there anything about this? Tom Brady just took a nasty ass hit right here.
Yeah, he did a report this morning. I'm sorry.
Look here.
And
He
said,
holds his shoulder getting up.
yeah, he said it's just sore, but he's okay.
I was a fan since 05. Really? My bad, Blaze. I had no idea. I had no idea.
If they win and if they go to the Super Bowl and they have the parade, I'll have to go and take pictures for you. Send it to you.
She wants a reason to go to a Super Bowl parade so
Well,
bad.
I'm hoping.
It don't even matter if it's the Buffalo Bills, the Eagles, the Giants. It don't matter. Fucking Lions could win. Can we go to Detroit? For
No,
what?
I'm just saying. Let me just say this. It doesn't. I know this is about football, but let me just tell you, I'm a baseball fan too. Well, I'm not a big as baseball fan as I am football, but my team is the Phillies, and they are in the playoffs. So I'm hoping that they go all the way, and if they do, I will be going to Philly that night. They win, and I will be going to the parade.
I will say this: I was this close to actually putting a baseball highlight in the show today.
Oh yeah, Aaron.
Do you know which one? No, not Aaron Judge. Somebody hit a home run. I'm gonna have to find it if I do say this, but somebody hit a home run, and like they hit it into the parking lot and shit, right? And it hit it into like a little pond area, and there was this lady like kayaking trying to get the ball, like really struggling to reach it out and get, and then this little boat comes over, speeds by, grabs it, goes and just hauls ass. Oh, I almost got it, but I was like, I'll leave it alone. I might have to look for it now. Vamp for me. Can you vamp?
What?
Vamp. Just talk to chat.
Oh, I was like, I don't know what that means. What does vamp mean? I'm not hip with the words of the kids.
Holy shit. Fucking between her and Cassie, Blaze. Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know what you guys talk about. I don't know the slang. I don't know how to get it down, or I don't know the verbiage. The verbiage. Yeah.
All right.
Did you find it?
I did.
So a little side note away from football. Sorry, I had to bring up baseball.
No, this is good. I actually wanted to put this in there. So the fact that it's in there. All right. So it's the Diamondbacks and the Giants, actually. San Francisco Giants. Shout outs to McLeod Strife. That's his team. Giants hitter knocks this one the fuck out of there. And I mean, it's way into the water, right? And watch here. So this lady, and they're like all trying to help her. They're like pushing it towards her and shit. They're pulling her boat towards it. They're really giving her a hand. And look, she's reaching out and like, yoink. Fucking Dave. That's his name. He's wearing his, look, hold on. His name is on his boat. His name is on his shirt. Yo, Dave knew what the fuck he was doing that day. He said, this is Dave's ball. Dave's taking this one today.
That's funny.
Look, she can't even be mad at it. Come on, man.
She even cheers. I think that pitcher played for the Phillies.
So anyway, that was.
Come on, man. Okay, that was part of the ESPN.
Yeah, that's totally. Dave is a cunt. Dave's awesome. If you don't work things out with Giselle, he's gonna be taking a bigger hit in the wallet. Just saying. Ooh, I mean, at this point, Giselle makes more, right?
No, Tom Brady has a lot. You gotta think of that contract.
Do you know how much fucking money? Well, I mean, I understand that, but you know how much fucking money Giselle is worth? I mean, goddamn.
Like, yeah, she's only worth like maybe like 50, 60 million, whereas he's worth a couple $100 million probably now.
I didn't realize she was. I mean, I guess if you're out of work for so long, she took a pay cut.
She hasn't worked.
Right, that's what I mean. She took a pay. Yeah.
All right. Raising kids, and that's probably why she's pissed off at Mr. Tom Brady.
I'll say this much: if DMG ever needed an entertainment reporter, I'm just.
She used to date my boo, Leo.
Yeah, but she got them kids. She has businesses though. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. So anyway, time for everyone's favorite segment. I think maybe I don't know. Maybe your segment's a new favorite. But the hits of the week, okay, I'm working on this one. How about Brutal Carnage hits? Brutal Carnage of the week? I don't know.
I think Carnage Razor is the best. I like that. Like Hellraiser, Carnage Razor.
That's just my name.
I don't know.
All right. So anyway, number 1, we got Vikings and Saints. This game. Okay, if I can, real quick, vamp for me. You know what this word means now.
So yeah. So yeah, Minnesota won this game. If you didn't know, it was in London. funny fact, so now the, NFL travels. A couple games are played in different places. They're playing in London. Next week is the Giants and the Bucks, I think you guys play the Bucks next week?
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay in London, and then they have a game, I don't know who it is, but it's in Mexico. I think that's later on in the season. So, am I done vamping?
No, you're still going.
Still vamping, okay.
I think there's a game in Germany too, if I'm not mistaken.
Australia. There's a game in Australia as well. I remember them talking about it on Good Morning Football, and then because they'll be going to Australia. I would love to go to Australia. I wouldn't like the bugs though.
Oh man, why can I not find it?
What are you trying to look for?
Grass and helmet. There was a fucking hit that happened.
Shouldn't you have had this ready before we started?
I know, but like this one's good. I promise this one's good. I promise. Shit.
So, you can't find it, then we'll. So anyway, how about okay? Well, I guess I gotta wait until you show my clip.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, you can't even talk about. Oh, we should just go to your segment, huh? Let's just do your segment. So Athens out tier of the week player, right?
Yeah. So we already. I'm not gonna be long on this because we already spent a lot of time talking about this game. Carnage is happy we're talking about this.
Hell yeah.
Because it's somebody from his team. Obviously, come on now. It was obvious.
Put the team on his back.
Saquon Barkley as my out cheer player of the week. Like Carnage said, he put the team on his back, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. We don't need a quarterback. I am the fucking quarterback.
Look at me. I'm the quarterback now.
I'm the quarterback. And he scored a lot of points in fantasy, and So yeah, he is my out cheer player of the week. I just hope that the Giants know what they have and they keep him because he is a beast. He might, like in his prime, I hate to say, but he might be better than Derrick Henry.
So, if Saquon got all the years that Derrick Henry had, if Saquon was healthy this whole time, I think Saquon would have been a fucking automatic Hall of Famer. If he would have had these kind of years every year, because he looks just like he did in his first year. His rookie year, he was starting to have this kind of explosiveness.
Still in his rookie contract. So, I mean...
Rookie contract is not his rookie year, though. This is like his prove it year.
Yeah, this is the last year. They have to sign him or they have to franchise tag him.
Right.
Or they play with the team. If you guys don't know what that means, they play with the team for one more year and they pay them a hell of a lot of money because technically they're signing on for a year, but they're still a real contract, right?
No. So what a franchise tag is, it means that you're not allowed to leave the team. You are with the team for one more year.
I just said.
Right. But every year you do that with a player, it costs more. So the first year it might be $28 million. And then if you franchise tag them again the next year, it's like $32 million. And then the following year, it goes up every year. So the longer you want to do that, that's why you don't really want to do that every year, because you could end up paying this quarterback way too much fucking money, or in this case, running back way too much fucking money, when you could have just worked out a contract with him, 3-year contract, we'll say $75 million. That's only $25 million a year. If you're franchise tagging him 3 years, that's going to be a lot of money.
Yep.
Could you get paid millions for being a backup player? I'm pretty sure the league minimum, the absolute minimum money you can make in the NFL is like $500,000 a year.
Like your rookie year or something like that.
No, right? That is the league. That's like backup kickers. That is if you are on a team, that is the least amount of money they can pay you. I know this because my boss is, well, about to be ex-boss, but my boss's like cousin or something is married to a guy that was on a couple of teams for the past couple of years. He's a tight end in the NFL. But he never had like a solid spot. He never really got a starting position. He did play on the Chiefs the year they went to the Super Bowl, but he like got cut from the team like 3 weeks before. He did. I think he actually played a playoff game and everything though.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, I still can't find the play. No matter how much I fucking look for. Oh, wait, did I just find it? Shut up. Is this it? I think it is, but it's not. How about we just do this? How about if I just show y'all the whole fucking game? Not the whole game, but like, here's some highlights from this. This is the worst day ever for Eli Manning. All right. My man just did everything wrong this game. As a Giants fan, I had to watch this and it was terrible. But just sacked like 8-9 times, just interception after interception, incomplete passes to nobody. Just he looked awful. The offensive line looked awful. Teams make those cuts that late in the season. They do. Here's why, Blaze, because you got to think. What my star tight end goes down, right? All of a sudden, I don't have a star tight end. The backup has to come in. Well, now I don't have a backup tight end to the backup. So I need a third tight end to get on the roster, but I still have to make a 52-man roster. And I can't remove my star tight end from that 52-man roster unless he's out for, 7 or so weeks or more. Like it was the IR day. So yeah, you see how terrible he was. So because of that, you're so close to the Super Bowl and all of that, you're only putting him out for a week or two. You're going to have to cut players once he comes back. You know what I mean? To kind of fill that, you have to constantly move these players. All of a sudden, you need more tight ends than you do running backs. Maybe you need more running backs than you do tight ends. You know, that kind of shit, just injuries basically are it. Injuries are what makes the roster just constantly moving. But yeah, anyway. So
is this Flip his rookie season or?
Oh no. No, he was just really bad. It was towards the end of his playing. Yeah, it wasn't his last year, but he was really bad. Anyway, you see how horrible it was. And when I get to this play, you'll see why I was talking about it here. This play by the same Vikings, mind you, not the same, but against them. Look at my boy Kirk Cousins get hit. 1, 2, 3, and watch. You're gonna he just got demolished here. And it reminded me of watching Eli Manning. And anyone that knows the play I'm talking about will know what I'm talking about here. He got hit really fucking hard, came up with a patch of grass sticking out of his helmet. His helmet was on crooked, and he just comes up and he's like praying the refs give him a timeout. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, that's not my next hit. This is my next hit. I just wanted to show that off, but I couldn't find it. So smooth. But hey, content, right? So this play too, I don't even think this was Jones. Yeah, this was Zappy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Zapay gets the strip sack. Yeah, I don't know if this was the backup or the third string.
It's the third string.
This was the third string?
This might be the second string. Zappy. And then he got hurt, and then the third string quarterback came in. Because
this guy, okay, look. First of all, can I just point something out here? Not only is this just, you can't even bump him. This is a tight end right here, y'all. He's supposed to at least bump him, slow him down a little bit, give your right tackle here a little bit of something to work with. He lets him go scot-free like a fucking turntable. And then the tackle here almost commits a hold and still can't hold the motherfucker back. Watch it. He comes through unguarded, barely touches him, starts to hold, let's go, because he's going to get a penalty and has to give up the sack. He should have just held him, to be honest, which should make his numbers look worse. But fuck it, at least it'll protect your third string quarterback and not cough up the fumble the way that it did. So horrible play by them, but it is what it is. On to the last hit, which is right here. And some of you might be thinking, well, that doesn't look like football players at all. Here's where your content comes in at, Blaze. A streaker hit the field during one of the games on Sunday. Actually, this was the Monday night game.
Yeah, because we were watching Eli and
the Manning cast, yep.
If you guys are looking for a good time, like on Monday nights on ESPN2, watch Eli and Peyton Manning, because even if you're not a fan of football, just watching them talk and lay into each other, and oh my god, it's hysterical.
It's fun. So it's set up like a Twitch stream, actually. So it's just two webcams on them, and like you see their background. Eli will have like his Giants jersey up and shit. Peyton will have all his shit up and everything. And they're just kind of bullshitting. It's two brothers watching football. Occasionally they'll have guests on each quarter and they'll just bullshit with them. They're not calling every play. They're not even paying attention to the game some of the time. They're just they're just having a good time watching football. It's refreshing. It's different. If you're looking for a good time, Sweet Aries. Oh, that's true. She is a good time. So anyway, the streaker here, it's not a long clip, so I'm just going to show it real quick. I don't think he was naked or anything. He just came on with some sort of advertisement on his shirt. But watch this hit, y'all. Boom! Get the fuck out of my stadium. This is football.
Was that Jalen Ramsey? Was it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's Jalen Ramsey.
No, Ramsey's number 4, I think. But anyway, yeah, so just definitely well deserved of one of the hits of the week for Carnage. And of course, we can't go out with a little special mention here, honorable mention because it's an offensive play, not a defensive play. But watch this shit here. This man runs the ball. If this wasn't an angry run, I don't know what is. Do you see that stiff arm? That shit is serious. He said he is a grown look. He just did this to a grown man. Look what he did to him.
Angry runs. This is what I was talking about.
Off of me.
He won like he was like Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football. He does angry runs of all like the runs of the best runs of the games and stuff, and he was like just sit the fuck down. Just sit the fuck down.
He did, man. He just put him to bed. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna take it back on you. He Jay Holiday. Is that right? Jay Holiday? Put him to bed.
we didn't really talk about this game. I just want to say, like, Carolina, they don't look too good, man.
No,
like Baker, I wouldn't be surprised. There has been talk that he is going to be benched next week, and Sam Darnold is going to be playing.
That's interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting. So. What's even more interesting, I'm pretty sure the Browns are still paying part of Baker Mayfield's contract.
Oh, wow.
I think that was part of the trade stipulation for the Panthers to take him. They were like, we'll take him, but you're taking half of his cut because, like, we don't think he's that good. We're taking a shot on him at best. We're not going to give him a ton of money. You're paying half the contract. And they were like, please, just take him. Just take him. We don't want him anymore.
Yeah, and you knew it was bad if they went and got Deshaun Watson with everything, he's going through. You would think a lot of teams wouldn't want to deal with that stuff, you know what I mean? It's like you hear people talking, for some teams, get Antonio Brown. Teams don't want to deal with that shit. There's already enough stuff going on in the NFL,
Yeah, no.
That's the last thing they need.
That is definitely a liability, not just to the team and the organization, but the locker room also. Like, nobody wants that shit in their locker room. You don't want to go into a locker room with a guy like that. That's just, you don't know who you're getting week to week. You know what I mean? You might not get the same Antonio Brown you got last week. This one might have something new on his mind.
Yeah, he definitely has. Like, that would just, I think it would just decrease the mortality of a team, like, with his mental health issues. He definitely has some mental health issues. I have a degree in psychology. I could tell you the signs are all there, but. And that just, brings the team. That will bring the team down,
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to see, but it's unfortunate. I mean, and there's even some talks that may have been from concussions earlier in his career, just CTE.
What is it, CTE or something like that? They said Aaron Hernandez, who played for the Patriots Super Bowl team, who ended up committing suicide in prison because supposedly he was found guilty of murdering one of his really good friends. And they donated his brain, and they said his CTE was so bad. That's why concussion protocol is so. That's why they're looking at it and reevaluating, because you have previous players from the past that are now coming forward. A lot of them are coming forward. I don't know if you've seen. Was it last? I think it was this week actually. One of the players, Rodney Jenkins, I think Rodney. Was coming out and talking about how important it is to not go back on the field and what he suffers from and stuff like that. Like, it's wild. These players put their lives on the line.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will stare and go like, oh, they're getting paid millions of dollars to go play a game and they're still crying. Like, I mean, do you realize what they're doing? Like, that is serious shit. This is to entertain people. You know what I mean? Like, it seems barbaric, it seems crazy, but at the end of the day, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like, they're getting paid because motherfuckers want to see it. So, I mean, they're going to do what they got to do because it's clearly beneficial to them, but shit, that shit sucks, man. It's not just as simple as playing a game and getting paid millions of dollars for it. They're putting fucking lives on the line when they play this shit just to entertain people.
Like, if you guys are interested in that stuff, there's a really good documentary on and it's about Aaron Hernandez and about CTE and all that stuff. I believe it's on, I want to say it's on Netflix. It's either on Netflix or Hulu, one of those.
Okay.
If you guys are into that kind of stuff. I know I am, because I've already watched it. So
any kind of psychological stuff. But as much as, I'd rather not end on a heavy note, why don't we talk about the upcoming games next week?
And one little thing, so we're going to talk about the upcoming games because, as you guys know, next week we were going to be visiting Blazing.
Oh shit, that's right. We're not going to have an episode next week.
We're not going to have an episode of Hail Mary, just an FYI for you guys. So we will be back the following week when Carnage Razor starts his new job as well. So it's an exciting time going to visit Blazing Cassie. Someone's starting a new job.
The new job thing might come with a new schedule too. I just realized that.
Oh yeah. So we'll keep you guys informed of that.
Stay posted.
We don't know because it could either be mornings, like 8 to 4, or it could be something, what you say, like 11 to 7 or something like that, 8 or
Wait,
whatever.
Blaze is saying in chat you aren't, as in we're not doing a Hail Mary?
Assume, Blaze, like, we would have to use your equipment, like, we could talk about it, and if it happens, we'll keep the chat, we'll keep everybody notified and stuff, but we just didn't wanna assume, you know?
As much as we hate to say it, y'all, the next couple of weeks of Hail Mary are a little bit questionable. We don't know what's going to happen, but I guarantee you we're going to keep everyone updated in Discord. So be sure to
Even
stay
if it's
tuned
changed
into
the day
that.
or
Change
we'll
the
make
day,
sure to
change the
tell.
time. We'll have plenty of time leading up to it. Also, I don't know if y'all heard, there's going to be a fucking dope ass Halloween event getting announced real soon. What, Hail Married with special guest? I mean,
that's up to Blaze and Cassie. I mean, that's really up to you guys. I don't know, we just didn't wanna assume.
I mean, if I'm honest, what better couple to join us on this show of Hail Married? That'd be a great time.
We could school them to the game of football as we watch football on Sunday or Monday, whatever it is.
The episodes you've already done are questionable as well. Shut up.
What does that mean, Jugs?
Yeah, see, now you're talking shit. Now you talk about her.
Now you're talking shit about me. Like, come on, Jugs. How are you gonna do me like that? Come on.
Live from the Res Hail Married. That's funny. Have them join you when you join them.
Really hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do a Hail Married show with them if they're down, but
Yeah,
we'll talk more about it there. We'll talk more about it there. But some games to watch for next week because we always do this anyway. Jesus Christ, this fly.
Another thing is, I know he's gonna hate me for this.
Well, then we're not going to talk about it. So we got the Giants and Packers coming up.
The next week is someone's special birthday.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I will end this stream right now. Don't think I won't. So we got the Giants and Packers. They're going to be playing in London. That's kind of, I know you, Af talked about this earlier, but here's the fun fact. Blaze, I don't think we're going to be able to catch the Giants game because it's a London game. The game starts at 7:30 in the morning in y'all time. So it's going to be the Sunday at 7:30 in the morning. I'm pretty sure we ain't going to want to get up that early on that day of all days. Like, that ain't happening.
If we have things planned and stuff,
Shit, even the Bills game is the 11 a.m. game.
Oh, yeah.
Different time zones, Af. Different time zones. We ain't going to 1 o'clock games right now. That's East Coast shit. We get to sleep in on Sundays.
Kind of nice.
I mean, 1 o'clock, or 11 o'clock, we shouldn't have any problem watching that.
11 o'clock, I'm not worried
about. But I mean, like...
Old, I wake up early, so.
I'm trying to school you. They're going to be earlier. 4 o'clock games are now 2 o'clock games. That's weird.
But the Giants game is super early just because of the London. I know it's like he said 9:30 Eastern time. So, 7:30 for you.
Yeah, we could do that. We could YouTube it.
6:30 for Central or West time or West Coast, whatever.
We could actually grab it on YouTube TV. We can just have them record it. And we could just watch it when we wake up. That could be fun.
Yeah, because they'll show it on NFL Live. That's what they did. You were sleeping, but when I had it on, that's what it was on.
Right, but we can save it on YouTube TV. We don't need to watch it on a show.
Just saying, we could go through it and find it and record it.
Anyway, and then B-Dub says, just be up all night. Who the fuck needs sleep? Old people do, B-Dubs. Come on, what are you saying? You're one of us. Don't act like you don't. Bills have the Steelers next week. 1-3 versus 3-1. That should be fun.
That should be fun. And right now, they benched, if anyone doesn't know, so Roethlisberger retired last year, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So they benched Trubisky, who Trubisky was the backup quarterback last year for the Bills, for Josh Allen. He never got to play because I don't think, maybe one or a couple
So
snaps,
Mitch Trubisky got benched on Pittsburgh, and the new kid, Kenny Pickett, 21st pick in the draft this year, only quarterback to get picked in the first round of the draft. Kenny Pickett comes in, played a couple snaps at quarterback. They still lost, didn't they? Or did they win?
4 interceptions, I think he threw in his first outing.
I mean, it's his first year. He's allowed to be bad. It's all about seeing flashes of greatness right now. So he looks promising. Be interesting to see what he does against the Bills. That's for sure.
12-hour trip. You mean 12? We talking about 12-hour layover. 13-hour
layover. Did you know
right?
They named a football team after the directions your benches face? Shut up, Jugs. Cardinals? Fuck off. What else do we have here? Did you know the Texans are 0-3-1?
What? Really?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they're the only winless team in football.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking through them.
The Raiders finally won one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Colts have a win. Yeah, everyone's just them. Wow. Who are the Dolphins are playing the Jets? That's a division game. That's something you might want to
Like
pay
that
attention to.
place. I would have loved to drive cross country. That's like one of my dreams.
Eagles and Cardinals. That's going to be a fun test for the Eagles. That'll be. Oh man, I'm going to love watching that game with Blaze. Knowing that he's an Eagles fan, I can't wait. I can't wait. You're gonna get to. Oh man, you're gonna get to see how I watch football, dog. Like I hope you're actually ready to watch
He
some football.
paces, like stands up. Like when it's his team, you'll see.
Ooh, it's man. You don't say. Tell us more. Shut up, everyone. At least it ain't 3 days across the U.S. like Ruda and Dylan. Oh, for real, dog. That shit. It would be fun, but man,
It would be fun. I want to go. I would love to. I wish that I could. My brother is in the military and he's graduating next year, and I would love to drive from here into California where he's at. That would be awesome. But I
yeah.
doubt I'd be able to do that.
Yeah. But unfortunately, such as all great things, the show has to come to an end. I couldn't think of anything else to say. So yeah, all great things must come to an end, including this show.
Posted on what the plan is as far as next week, because now
And remember,
we might have one. Who knows?
And remember, any plays y'all see that you want broken down, any plays y'all see that you think should be added as like a good hit, any good blocks, anything y'all see that you just want us to point out, send them in. I'll break them down for what I can. You know what I mean? Just user featured plays. That's hoping to get that going if y'all are interested. But until then, we are going to raid the homie Elder Mohawk. He is playing some Slay the Spire right now. And yeah, I appreciate the support, y'all. Shaking my head, how high are you? Not at all, dog. What do you mean? Fucking Blaze. Anyway, I appreciate the support. It's always a good time doing these shows. I love the fact that, we get to do this every week. If nothing else, just to have a show that me and my wife get to do. It's a good time. Not to mention, having someone to talk about football with like this is a really good time. And that's something I take for granted sometimes, I think. So I appreciate Af.
Oh, I appreciate you, Bob.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and move this along.
All right, guys.
Go
Bye.
say what's up to Elder. Y'all have a good night, good week, whatever. Night. Until next time, go Giants.
Go Bills. Later. Bills Mafia.
Shout outs to the people watching this on YouTube.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all.